But he was amazing in the playoffs last year, and he got up to a really great start this past season as well. Then came time for Alexis Lafreniere to sign his contract extension. I was happy. I think most Ranger fans in general were happy. You're not so much paying him based on what he's already done as much as you're paying him on his potential and the more consistent flashes that he's beginning to show everybody. You're paying him to be the player that you expect him to be. And instead of continuing on the trajectory that he seemed like he was on, he regressed after that. And of course, he signs a contract, has a couple of quiet games, has a couple of lackluster games, and people start kind of, I think at the time, like half jokingly saying, oh man, he signed the big contract and then he relaxed. And I probably said as much on here as well, but I figured it was just, a little bit of a scoring slump, nothing to get too worried about. But it never really got any better last season. And it snowballed to the point where it was like, yeah, that is exactly when his play dipped, not just in terms of points, but just the overall effort, the overall noticeability of Alexis Lafreniere being on the ice. You barely even knew he was out there for certain games, and that wasn't the case before he signed the contract. So it became impossible to ignore that. And I just hope that Lafreniere isn't one of those pro athletes, because they do exist in every sport, that takes his foot off the gas once he gets paid. And he got his extension. Good on him for doing that. But now he needs to play like somebody who's making big bucks and is going to be with the Rangers for the foreseeable future.